What's up YouTube, Corner221 here, and welcome back to another part of my Coming Heroes 2 online battle replay series. And I'm playing as the Germans again. And this is on the map, face off at Rostov or something like that. Whoops. Should really get a lot of these names down. We can already see who's picked. This guy's gone defensive. Now that could be useful with the Dushka, the light anti-tank, get those out early. The tank traps can be useful. I believe they stop all tanks, medium tanks, light tanks, but they do not stop heavy tanks, which is I think a Panther can run them over. Either way, we very rarely see the defensive doctrines used, even though they're free for everybody. I've gone once again the mechanized assault doctrine because I love it. Especially on this map, right? So the goal, one thing I hate about this map is it seems unfair for the people that are on my side right now to win this. Because the only way to get here is we have to cross over a bridge, a train bridge, or this like ice shallow, right? Well, they get the whole, roads and none of the crossing stuff, right? So let's be honest, on this map, whoever gets the town wins. It's as simple as that. Whoever controls the fuel, whoever controls this part of the town wins. If you control from here down to here, you're going to win. I mean, there's no way. Because, look, they don't have any points, right? They're all located strategically right here. No, they were asking me why I wasn't going for the fuel right away. I was trying to connect up some of these points. And I'm going for it now anyway. Now, blizzards rarely happen on this map, which is something to note. And this guy's like, yeah, I got the island. The island is really not too important in the beginning. You can always double team the island later and flank around. The really important thing is, are these two buildings to hold the center? If you get a machine gun in each, you'll do pretty well. As you can see, they're already kind of going for this. They're already kind of capturing. Let's take off the fog of war. They have multiple units moving in already. Conscripts. Two guys are taking the far right here. They're trying to go for the victory point. Anyway, I got two of these assault grenadiers and machine gun. And we're going to keep moving into this town. Now, if a unit gets in a house, it's kind of hard to stop them. Let's be honest here. It's a little hard to stop a unit. Once again, however, assault grenadiers can beat conscripts. He's going to try to retreat into a house. So when I say you can retreat in that house, that's fine. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, let's keep the pioneers back and try to get myself a flamethrower. You see, I'm going to pull them back into my own territory. I've got my machine gun in this house, supporting my ally from here. Especially in that negative cover of the road, it's going to have a real effect on these guys. I've actually lost a man, even though we're in heavy cover, so I'm just going to pull back. And also, you know, whatever they can temporarily have. I'm just waiting for my flamethrowers here. Now you're going to see what work flamethrowers can do on this map. You're going to need a mortar and you need some flamethrowers, right? And I'm going to start equipping my pioneers and combat engineers with flamethrowers because they are so effective. Anyway, I finally linked that up, so I believe we're getting the fuel now. Anyway, this guy got a little curious, and he's going to go right into this little tiny shed with 6 men in this little tiny house. And I say good luck. Instantly burn them out. Look, they have no health. So it seems like with the assault grenadiers and these pioneers, right? They can get in any house they want. I can burn them out, right? And there's like a sniper duel going on like Stalingrad here. Once again, get in the house. It's gonna burn you out. Take the points. He's gonna have to retreat. He's gonna have to retreat through all my guys, and we're gonna kill him. Now, considering how close they shot that, I'm wondering if those guys could have caught some of my own guys on fire. And I'm gonna start pushing up onto this side. I don't want to take this VP away because we're losing on victory points right now. I'm grabbing a grenadier squad because I can't stress this enough. You need to have some sort of grenadier along with your assault grenadiers so they can at least shoot a Panzerfaust into a scout car. The scout cars can do real damage, especially against the armor composition I have. I'm like, okay, I love these flamethrowers. Might as well get some more munitions for some more of them. Can also lay down a bunch of mines. Now, the German teller mines are so deadly for tanks and light vehicles. So I'm going to try to make my battle line, like, pretty much from here to, like, here-ish. You know? I want to box these guys out. And they're even going to get a machine gun, bring up a Maxim here. In fact, they have a Dushka moving up. Let's see what other doctrines I picked besides defensive. Drunken General. I still not picked anything. This guy went Soviet Reserve Army. So regulars, conscripts, rapid conscription, and howitzer. Howitzer going to be very effective on this map. I have another replay for that to show you guys. I got a lot of replays as the Germans. It's not that the Soviets are harder or anything, but people quit on me when I'm the Soviets. And you saw the live commentary a little while back when I was the Soviets. So here's my plan. Not like I'm sacrificing my Grenadiers, but I'm going to have the machine gun focus on the Grenadiers. I'll bring these guys up. I'm going to throw a stun grenade in. The stun grenade in combo with the flamethrowers should completely wipe out that unit. And we get more of these guys, and I'm like, okay, you want to get in the house? No, you don't. And so I am going to take the fight onto these guys. They're going to charge forward, push them out of their cover. They're going to retreat back close to this douche guy in this house. And we are just cutting through these guys. A little nervous about the douche guys now shooting at me. I'm just getting conscripts spammed here, so I got to pull these guys back to base. And we're still doing a lot of damage against these guys. You can see me getting like 40 XP because I thought they were throwing the Molotov at me, not my flamethrowers there. But we pretty much pushed those guys back. So I'm gonna pull back, maybe build a bunker or something to help get my men here. I'm getting a half track to help resupply my well, not resupply, help reinforce my men here, along with my Panzer Grenadiers that will help come up. Still have a decent force. And we do have this whole upper area here, so we're doing a pretty good job, actually. That bunker looks really weird on this hillside. You know, we got a bunker there, we got machine guns. This guy has pushed back the snipers in the middle. And they have the field gun. So we got the half track here, who can actually transport these Grenadiers here. I'm waiting for my Panzer Grenadiers to come up here, but it's going to transport my assault and my Panzer Grenadiers. That's a quicker way of getting my men to the front line. And I'm taking them tech level 2. We have plenty of fuel right now in that I could probably get a Panzer IV. Panzer IV early is always a good thing, and it's only 25 fuel and 160 manpower for these buildings. Soviet buildings actually cost more. Like both the tanks cost 90 fuel, but if you look at that, 35 fuel for phase 3. Oh, hold on, we're under attack. Well, I'm getting both these guys in the half track here in a sec. Anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh, go, 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 go. Before the machine gun can set up properly, we got the flamethrower. Throwing the stun grenades in there. And I lost those guys. I couldn't believe it, but I did quite a lot of damage and I had to pull back. So, right now, they're pushing up. They even have a T-70 moving up. A lot of machine guns. Huge fight here. God, they have more machine guns than we do, and we're the Germans. So this guy's coming up with the Panzer Grenadiers. I don't know why it's not showing me what's in it in the replay. And we got Panzer Grenadiers and the Assault Grenadiers. He's going to try to take out the guys in there. He's not going to do a whole lot of action. I also have the Grenadiers, so I just upgraded with the MG42. You must, with EV munitions, you must upgrade these guys. I can see them throwing a Molotov, just misses. My half track is here. I'm going to get my guys out of here. And push forward and reclaim my territory. They got a Dushka in here. Dushkas are very deadly. They're like a 50 cal, pretty much. So I'm kind of stuck with the Dushka there. This got hit by a mine or a Panzer Sharks. This guy's doing a great job holding the middle, especially against these T-70s. He knew he was kind of weak on anti-tank, so he brought up some of these guys. And they're building like munitions and fuel caches. I'm okay with that, but at least they're trying to take that. I'm okay with that, but you need to have some more men on the front line than just one unit. And you know, I was talking about bunkers earlier. Well, that's all you need is even a light anti-tank. I'm gonna take out a bunker. So they damaged these guys a little bit, but I'm gonna move the half-track over. Gotta get rid of this Dushka first. I'm gonna do a trick with my half-track with these guys, I think. I could also just upgrade my half-track. Let me guess. Let's pop it as elite infantry. So it's at 62 for a flamethrower. Okay, I'll just double checking, seeing if they had cheaper ones. Anyway, I got a Panzer IV coming up. He's vetting up some of his Panzer Grenadiers before they go into combat. Machine guns, mortars. All of them are pretty much concentrating on this defensive line here, but they forgot that they just have one gun blocking me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these guys in the half-track, right? Keep in mind that your men, even though they're suppressed, they're pinned. Well, if they're suppressed, they can always go into a half-track. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move the half-track right in front of this house, and the douche is going to shoot at it. Then, I'm going to pop my guys out and be close enough to flame the house.
Enemy AT gun.
So I'm going to go as close as I can, right? Pop out with the flamethrowers. Go after the Dushka. And we're not even suppressed right now. I thought that was a rather clever use of how to overcome a Dushka. So keep in mind you can use your half-tracks like that to get around machine guns and pop out infantry. Usually upgrade these guys with flamethrowers, but they're actually very useful in getting infantry. We're under fire from a machine gun back here. So my guys are suppressed, right? Taking casualties. I'm going to crawl them back into the half-track here and pull back. So even though they're suppressed, you can get your guys out of suppression and pull them back to get reinforced. I got a mortar coming up. Still reinforcing. I think I lost some unit along the front here. But I got the Panzer IV up now, and I can easily overcome some cons. There's only like 2 guys here, right? We got the veteran C3 Grenadiers also. He's lost the island, so he's kind of committing more toward the center here. So I'm reinforcing here right outside my half-track, and I'm going to do the exact same thing here, but I'm worried there's an anti-tank gun. So I'm going to do some scouting first, right? I'm not just going to send my half-track there. I don't know what my mortar's shooting at, but... Ooh, that was nice. Get a nice shot on some of those guys. So, you know, they have a strong front here. But he's able to kill some of their anti-tank guns. I'm trying to kill this constant who's running away. So once I realize I'm getting shot at by that, I'm like, okay. In fact, there's a lot of artillery guns here. Anti-tank. I could really use a rocket. I could really use one of these. I haven't built the heavy Panzer Corps, but I could use a Panzerwerfer. The great thing about having engineers up here, pioneers, is that I can repair my tank rather easily. And I'll upgrade this with, get the mounted MG42 as soon as we capture this territory. Massive fight's still going on in the middle. Either way, flanking around, they're both taking on these guys, and their front line is collapsing. They basically have a lot of mortars and anti-tanks. Now this guy is actually going to pull back his MG42 to a different building, and he has multiple anti-tank guns on the road. By the way, these Soviet irregulars, very easy to kill. This guy needs to pull back. But I'm telling you, Veteran G3 Grenadiers, yep, not a problem. So we have a blizzard now. Blizzards rarely pull through this area, so it's going to be kind of interesting. I really need to just keep my mortar alive. I got a second mortar. I don't usually make a lot of mortars, but I want to blow up this house. And I'm even trying to help flank and, you know, help out my allies here. Use a rifle grenade or something. I managed to wipe those guys out, but I got to pull back myself. So, you know, I was able to kind of take this territory away from the enemy and kill one of their machine guns to make it easier for my allies. I want to contribute, you know, because I'm not getting any pressure really on this flank, right? Love how the little street lights come on at night or during the blizzard. And they go off suddenly. And that house is about to fall down. And we got rid of it. So I'm building a fire here. I got the anti-tank guys here in case there's a tank. And they're going to try to take back this territory, and they're going to be like, okay, it's probably not the best idea. Another Panzer IV coming up. Meanwhile, they're recruiting and trying to bombard positions, but once again, no anti-infantry, kind of like the field gun and the mortar, so they can easily overcome that. These guys are going back. I'm not sure there's a bunker or some kind of reinforcement thing here, but there's more anti-tanks there, and I know it, so I'm going to have to pull back my tank a little bit. Right into someone's house. I'm just going to move forward and try to get some stuff around more. So these guys are taking fire, so I need to pull back. Unfortunately, right through the flames. My mortar is suffering cold. I need to move them over to the fire, and at this point I'm going to realize that and move them over. By the way, if you're ever having a Molotov or if you're being attacked by multiple units and there's a flamethrower unit, target that one first. Also, mortars are great for that, and yeah, pretty much mortars are excellent for that. Because if they can blow up the flamethrower on this guy. And I'm launching a barrage at these guys. You can see how, like, oh, you know what they did? They killed my my MG here a while ago. So very smart use. What was that? Was that a light artillery barrage? I don't know what that was, but if you're gonna move up and try to mess with me and take out my crews like that, you're gonna have a little more than a Panzer IV. Very disappointed they wiped out my mortar there. I want to call my light artillery on these guys here. Keep in mind the blizzard has passed. So I'm gonna pull forward and call light artillery on these guys. Just kill as many of these guys as I can. When you see the red smoke, you might want to get back. So we're still under fire, but I'm keeping these guys reinforced. And after they were severely weakened, the Panzer Grenadiers are coming in. Is this an abuse a little bit of the elite troop doctrine of the Panzer Grenadiers and betting them up like hell? Maybe argue that. You know what he has? He's a Panzerwerfer somewhere. So now they're making a push on my side with artillery. A lot of artillery. I really don't have that many men. I mean, I'm finally realizing that, oh, I got all these guys back at base. I need to move them back up. But the massive infantry is just pushing through the center. I gotta... Oh, I even have a Tiger tank. They're trying to lay down mines and stuff right here, close to my men. That's not gonna happen. And look at that. I lost 2 men. Right there. And I'm like, they probably can't hit the same spot twice. Okay, maybe they can. And they wiped them out. Unbelievable how accurate that was and able to wipe out those guys. But I'll repay them. They can have a fun light artillery barrage. Look how they wipe some of these guys out. Just kill a lot of the crew. He even moved right into that directly. And by the way, if you ever want, if there's captured weapons you can't secure, you can always do attack ground and click on the field gun there. I'll gladly shoot my mortar at them. Keep in mind you get the counter barrage for the veterans. Now these light guns are doing a lot more damage than I think they should because they're light. That's what the horde of infantry is coming now. You see right here? All these guys are going to be moving up. And they just have anti-tank guns right here. And I got my machine gun. Got another machine gun to take them right here. So, very interesting to use light artillery to try to take, light field guns to try to take a point. And light artillery gets blown up fairly easily. Anyway, they're trying to push over here and they're getting, I think they got burned by their own Molotov or something there because one of them got caught on fire. So now I got a T-34. It's 20 minutes into the game. That's a little late for a T-34. He's got another T-34. Let's look at his fuel situation. Yeah, I can show resources somewhere here. Those are next idle vehicles. There we go. Let's look at... Who are we looking at? That guy? He has a lot of fuel. We'll be pumping out these T-34s. Which I think he's trying to do right now. A little late. Maybe didn't have a lot of population. You know, they'll find the center. Nothing's really happening over here. We're just bombarding the hell out of them with the those guys. I'm gonna push forward, and we're actually under fire from a machine gun. And they noticed the target where I should have moved my mortar. Well, I did scout for that guy, which was good. No, if his tanks really want to move right. I tried to Panzer fast. So if his tanks really wanted to move in, they'd have to go against my Panzer IVs. Now this guy's pretty much got... Okay, they're gonna probably get wiped out. But we're flanking around with that OS one there, right? My ally is Blitz, and the two T-34s come up, and I'm moving my tanks in, as you can see. I want to lure him into a trap here. Well, he pulled back for a reason. Unfortunately, this tank is not done. Well, it just got repaired, so I'm rushing them in. He's kind of bonsaiing his tanks in here, right? And there's a ton of our guys around here. So along with my tank coming in, hitting the rear of this. He's got a tank, I got a tank, there's an Oswin, I got my second tank coming in. It's too late, he can't withdraw, there's too many of our tanks around here. And he's got even guys at the back with Panzer strikes. At this point, we've broken through their lines, they've just lost a lot of tanks and manpower. This guy pretty much just has a mortar over here. It's not 120mm, or is it? 120mm mortar. Well, they wiped out my mortars. Congratulations, it took them long enough, right? Yeah. Very good use of this, 28 kills, look at that. Very good use of this Panzerwerfer, especially to blow up the island. Got another 3 kills there. So overall, I think these guys, they made their front line. They couldn't control the town, right? They couldn't take over my side at the top. And they kind of made a defensive line here, but that's not going to win you a victory point game. You should make it like here, but then they could get flanked from the town. So it's kind of hard to say what they did, how they could have improved. They could have gone tanks out earlier. Could have defensive doctrine is not a good one. There's a reason it's kind of free. Every time, I've only used it like a couple times, and then when I did, I didn't really get a lot of use out of it, and we probably lost. Anyway, I love my Panzer IVs. They even got a T-34 here. Now, T-34s, keep in mind, they cost 280 manpower and 85 fuel, while a Panzer IV costs 320 manpower and 115 fuel. So, of course, the Panzer IV is going to be better. I started using Stugs the other day. They're like an Su-85. Of course, they don't have the extended range like the Su-85 does, but they are very good against T-34s and a cheaper alternative. So I'm basically going to move up using my mobile command post here, my mobile headquarters, running over the Den mortar crew. You should have been buried. She's still alive? Did you run over an alive man? Either way, I got more engineers now. I got 2 Flaming Warfares because I love these things. So, I'm setting up a new base of operations up here. And we're starting to push back these guys here. Now I see his T-34 there, and I'm like, okay, he thought he couldn't get flanked because of where he was at the corner of the map, but we can just, it's just his side armor there. And I'm going to push forward and use my light artillery barrage. Almost like spam the light artillery barrage, like how many times I'm going to be using it, but I got the munitions for it and I might as well. Especially against those MGs, right, that are holding up my guys. As you can see, they're losing artillery left and right. Keep calling them artillery pieces, but they're losing their anti-tank guns left and right. And I'm pushing really hard on this side. I'm pushing them almost all the way back. I say keep going until you have a problem, right? And I really want to get rid of that anti-tank because it can be used against me, right? I think I'm saving up for a Tiger right here at the amount of fuel I'm floating. And I'm going right into their base. Push them all the way back to their base. And we destroyed that gun. Now, when you're going to take someone's base with your tanks, the first thing you want to do is make sure you don't get flanked. I'm going after this. Now, there's a tank trying to flank me, but instead of flanking my tanks, it kind of went up here. And nice rear hits on my tank, though. I'm not even paying attention. I'm calling the light artillery barrage in and just like decimating these guys. But at one point I noticed that my tank is getting hurt right here. And I'm going to do blitz and get the hell out of there. Meanwhile with the Stug, Veterans U2. With the Stug and my Panzer IV, we should be able to take out this guy before it does any real damage. And the Conan Tiger! It's not the King Tiger, but it's a Tiger. I'm surprised how well that thing could hold up against that Tiger there too. So I have these guys coming out of the half track. I have my Pioneers. You know, we can really self-sustain her. We can sustain ourselves at the front here. Su-85, flank shot. At this point, my allies they don't have the half track to help keep them reinforced to the front, so they're kind of having to pull back certain units here, and I'm going at it, right? And at this point, I'm starting to take a lot of hits from these Su-85s. Keep in mind, this Tiger is not cheap. 200 fuel and 720 manpower. And I don't think these Su-85s are going to follow me. They even took the Stug. I didn't even notice that. I remember in the very end, they have that. So I kind of dare these guys to come at me because actually, we need to repair the Tiger over that Panzer IV. I sent this Panzer IV. They leave my Tiger and unbelievably go after the Panther. Why am I pulling? I'm pulling back some of my tanks here because I don't think they're safe around the front lines, especially those Su-85s. But I didn't realize the Su-85s are right there. So don't be afraid to pull back, especially like a Tiger, right? A very valuable tank. I mean, they attempted to neutralize that, and we quickly put them out. You don't really see the Sturm Panzer very much. Very good against infantry, though, I'll tell you that. So I think they got the Panther, but guess who it is? It's the Tiger Ace. So yeah, these guys are kind of screwed. You need this guy's out of resources or whatever, he still got the Tiger Ace. They just have 3 Su-85s. And using them defensively like this is exactly how you're supposed to use them. And I think he might have... you know what he's doing? Let's get a Widowmaker here. He's calling in the Secret Close Air Support. It's basically anti-tank. I used that in my 44 Epic Tank Battle video I showed you guys. And I even got an OS one because of how much infantry they have. I don't use OS ones very much either. So my tanks are more or less ready to go back in there. I should probably have been looking at the victory points, but I want to make sure my Tiger is completely set. And you can see he assaulted right in the front lines. It'll take out the Su-85s. That's the thing about the Tiger Ace. It is really very powerful. But, you know, marked vehicle, a couple tanks, a couple conscript, anti-tank grenades, you can take it out. I mean, I fought against that. It killed quite a lot of my Su-85s. It does stop the research, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm going to start nice use of this to kind of cover your anti-tank here. But the tires are going to march in again. And we even have a Su-85 right here, and the playback's over. Keep in mind, he just fixed the Stug, and it was over. So guys, hope you enjoyed this match. It's COD 4 2-1 signing off.